Good day, fellas. I hope you're ready for your daily dose of skill. And you know what? I was thinking, fellas, lately. I wish that we would be able to check out the average loot box value somehow. You know, not to look into the screenshots or something, but to have a very, very, very good understanding what kind of loot you should expect to get after opening the certain amount of the loot boxes. Well, you are in luck, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It is possible in the index page. Whenever this video is going to be released, the boxes index is going to be released as well at very, very similar time. Maybe it will take extra 5 hours. So if you are in Europe, whenever you will wake up, it is going to be there and you can play with it. You can have some fun. Now, the most important thing is how do you know the loot box value skill? I do not understand. Are you guessing? No. The thing is, World of Tanks has Korean server, and in Korean server, they're legally obligated to showcase the chance in order to get one or another vehicle. So we have all the data which we need, and we can have some fun, and we can do some beautiful things. But skill, how about previous year? Do you have something from the previous year so we can compare it? Absolutely, yes, we do. We have 2024, 2025, or 2026 loot boxes, and we got the data. It may not be as accurate as 2026 data. I want to highlight this, but we got this from the 13 Disciple site, right? We will leave the link in the description down below or as a first pinned comment so you can explore it yourself. And big fat thanks for 13 Disciple. He's a smart mother trucker. He is keeping all the data, and I believe he won't mind us using this for a good purpose. Now, very important thing. Whenever you are checking this site, you will be able to see the average value of the box. So from 3 boxes up to 1,000 boxes, you can see exactly how much on average you should be expecting of getting, and then you can calculate, from opening boxes, but whenever I'm buying 100 boxes, I'm getting 32,000 gold on average. You can get more, you can get less, but this is the average value. And from the compensation, I am getting compensation skill. I cannot see compensation. You will be able to see that, and from compensation, players should expect to get around 5,000 purely from the compensation, so that means the lower tier tanks. But this is average. It could be more, it could be less. You get the point what I'm saying. The point being is all information is going to be there, and you can schedule and you can budget yourself beyond belief, and you can see exactly is it worth for you to buy loot boxes? It's not worth for you to buy loot boxes. Are you feeling comfortable to pay this amount of the money for that many boxes, and would you be happy with it or not? You can obviously see how much of the tanks you should expect get on average. For example, if you are buying the 75 boxes, usually you should get over 2 tanks. Unless you are unlucky, then obviously the bad luck prevention will kick in and whatnot. So all information is over there. Anyways, very important thing this year to highlight is that there is a huge dispersion and there is a huge difference between the high tier tanks. That basically means we have 6 high ticket tanks, and you are way more likely to get the tier 8 or tier 9s than tier 10. Obviously, you can get a tier 10 first if you are lucky enough, right? But it's not guaranteed. That basically means, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that most likely you will get the tier 10 vehicles, the last ones, right? Important thing to say. I think everyone needs to understand that. Now, moving on to the different sector, imagine that you bought 200 boxes, you received all tanks, good for you. Now you want to get more gold for compensation and whatnot, and you keep buying boxes. Keep this in mind that you will receive the lower tiers more often than high tiers. Now, skill, what that's supposed to mean? Well, that's supposed to mean that where the compensation goes, there is a big difference between the tier 10 compensation and the lower tier compensation. Where the tier 10s goes, compensation is 22,500 gold. Where the lower tiers goes, or tier 9s, tier 8s, it is anywhere from 6,000 to 11,000 gold compensation. So yeah, you definitely want to roll the duplicate higher tier tanks. That's a fact, right? Anyways, doesn't really matter. The most important thing is skill. What is the value? You made the math. You added everything into the index page. Well, actually, our dev did, right? Big fat thanks for our developer for working very, very hard for this. It took quite some time to develop, and that's why we are presenting this before the loot boxes actually hit the game, right? So keep this in mind. So now the big ticket question. Skill, I'm very, very interested. Is the boxes in 2026 they're worse than boxes in 2025, right? They are. With all the data that we gathered and checking out the things, it's not the case. 2026 boxes. Let's take the average player who is, well, average player. Let's say the guy who saved it for a Christmas time and who is buying all the time the biggest pack of the boxes, which would be 240. Let's pay attention at the goal, shall we? 90, we have 78.8 thousand gold in 2026, and previous year we had 78.5 thousand. So as you can see, it's pretty much the same situation, maybe even more this year, or maybe this simple data is not as accurate as we think it is. It doesn't really matter. 300 gold plus minus doesn't matter. How about the tank compensations? High tier compensations, or high tiers that on average people should get from the 240 boxes, on average, I repeat, on average, it should be 7 to 8 tanks, right? So 7.88, and the previous year it was 7.89. So very, very, pretty much the same situation, right? How about total gold loot? How much there is a total gold loot? Previous year it was 227,000 gold in value. That means premium days, credits, whatever, you name it, right? 227. This year it's 249. So pretty much even better, because the higher tiers are valued significantly better. And what we need to keep in mind, fellas, speaking about the average loot box openings, how it should look like, right? Let's say we are talking about the 240 box openings, and yes, you can actually run the data like this, and you can see the guys who are super lucky, and you can see the guys that are very unlucky in 100,000 opening AI generated stuff, right? So let's start from very unlucky runs. The most unlucky people, or someone will be unlucky, just how it goes. They will get 4 tanks out of 240 boxes, all with a bad luck prevention, and this is the loot that average gentleman is going to get from 240 boxes. This is very unlucky, right? We need to keep in mind this is very, very unlucky. Now, if we are checking out the average luck and how the things are looking like on average, usually people should start getting some compensations already and whatnot, right? And they are going to start gathering quite a bit of the gold. And if we are talking about luckiest of the luckiest, imagine that out of 100,000 people, this is the first person. Look into the compensations. This is so insanity. This is so insanity. This is just unreal to even see that, right? Just lucky. Let's say this doesn't exist, right? This is what is already, you know, pretty good considering the value overall, right? And once again, all of this is for you to play, to test it out, have some fun, do the calculations in your head, play with those buttons over there. For example, if you don't see any value for yourself where the credits goes, right? If you are clicking on the credits and disabling it, obviously the average worth of the loot box is going lower for obvious reasons, because you are not evaluating the credits and for you it's irrelevant, right? So please have some fun, play with it. It's very important thing. Now, the next bit which I want to highlight for every and each of you who are playing World of Tanks daily or weekly or monthly, and I am looking into the, can I say budget players? Can I say budget players? Maybe. If you are a player that wants to get yourself, you care about only one thing. One thing you care in the World of Tanks, which is battle passes, right? That's all you care about. You need to prepare for upcoming years because the Christmas loot boxes has the best value in gold, period. I said that gazillion of the times before, and I will repeat the same thing. Whenever you are spending, let's say, $288 or euros into the game, and you are getting raw 80,000 gold, plus on top of that you are getting approximately 36k in compensation, so in total 120,000 gold. If you are having the average luck, it's just the best thing ever. You know, the value is over there, right? So for folks who are looking to buy only necessities in the World of Tanks, you need to know how much gold you will need for next year. That means you won't splash the gold for premium tanks, you are saving it. You won't splash the gold for free experience or something, you are saving it, right? You will need around 50,000 gold to survive the World of Tanks in 2026, and this is me being lowballing it. I would say maybe 60,000 is more appropriate and better. Skill, how are you doing the math? 60,000 gold, what is wrong with you? Let's do the math, fellas. How many Battle Pass seasons do we have in World of Tanks? Skill 3. Great. How many chapters do we have in the Battle Pass 3 seasons? Skill 9. Great. So, fellas, 9 times 2,500 gold is 22,500 gold. Correct? Correct. So, skill, where is the other gold coming from? That's a great question. Thank you very much for asking. The next gold is coming from improved battle, from the extra Battle Pass chapters. This year we had 6 of them. Next year there is a chance we will have more. So I would easily calculate it as 8 Battle Pass chapters, right? If obviously you are getting those and if you are able to complete them. So that basically means 8 times 3,500 gold is 28,000 gold. My math can be off, it's 2 in the morning, don't judge me. Another 28,000 gold. That brings total to 50,000 point something gold, right? And you want to have tiny touch more gold just in case if you won't be able to finish the battle pass and you want to skip a stage or two, or you want to buy something else, right? This is logical thinking if you are playing the game and you want to keep playing the game for upcoming year, right? In the end of the day, fellas, I can tell you very, very simple thing. For me, it's not hot, not cold. How much money are you going to spend in the game? It's completely up to you. It's your wallet, you know? Keep this in mind. So I hope this video will find you well. I hope you are going to get a lot of use of all of this. And I hope this will help you to make your mind. Do you want to spend the money on the game? You don't want to spend the money on the game? Or do you think it is a good value for you or not so much? And one more thing, just to highlight everything. If you are aiming to get Crocodilo or you are aiming to get BZT-70, keep this in mind that it may take for you, if you are unlucky, 300 boxes to open and get those tanks, okay? Just please keep this in mind. Never open boxes for trying to hunt for specific vehicle. Resources in Christmas boxes are great. To hunt for specific tank, that is the other situation, and that is not that great of the thing. Anyways, if you found this video interesting, if you found this video informative, if you are going to have some fun and play it in the index, please smash that like button, share with your mates, and just be aware of the current situation happening. And from now on, we are going to start, if the data is published in the Korean site, right? What are the drop percentages and everything? You are going to see that in the index page as well. I can promise you that. And maybe, just maybe, we are going to make something like where you can upload your screenshots or maybe a Google Doc whenever you are adding everything up, and then we can calculate the value in a bit different way. Anyways, I think I'm talking too much, don't you think so? Thank you very much for watching. I very much appreciate you, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.